There's a moment in every life where the noise of the world becomes unbearable and a small voice within whispers, "There must be more than this." That voice is not your imagination. It's your soul calling you home.
In the monastery, we say that no one truly seeks enlightenment until they first feel empty. Stage 1 is the calling. It can arrive as heartbreak, loss, burnout, or just an aching sense that something is missing. I once met a wealthy merchant who came to our gates in silence. He had built empires, but confessed, "I feel hollow." That is the call, a sacred discomfort. If you feel it, don't run. Sit with it. Listen. That discomfort is not a punishment. It's a summons to awakening.
Stage 2 is the hardest, the crisis of ego. When you begin to awaken your old identity, the one built on status, fear, and attachment, begins to crack, and that hurts. You may ask, who am I without my job, my image, my validation? The ego will resist. It may even scream, but this stage is like shedding old skin. Painful, yet necessary. I remember sweeping leaves with my master one autumn. I asked him, "Why must it be so hard to let go?" He smiled and said, "Because you're still trying to carry who you were into who you're becoming. Let go, or be dragged."
When the ego begins to fall away, you enter stage 3, the quietening. This is a time of solitude, simplicity, silence. You may feel alone, even lost, but solitude is not loneliness, it is space. Here, you begin to hear your own thoughts clearly. You learn to breathe fully, to taste your food, to walk without rushing. In this stage, you rediscover the power of now. Presence becomes a practice, and slowly the chaos of your inner world softens. I spent 7 months in a silent retreat once. The most valuable lesson? Silence is not the absence of sound, it is the absence of noise.
Then, without forcing it, you arrive at stage 4, the flow of truth. You begin to see reality as it is, not how your fears or desires painted it. You become more compassionate. Judgment falls away. Life flows, and you flow with it. This is the beginning of spiritual maturity. You no longer chase what doesn't nourish your soul. You speak less, but your words carry more weight. You stop striving and start being. In this stage, peace is no longer a goal. It is your nature.
The final stage is called the return to light. This is when the seeker becomes the guide. You return to the world not to escape it, but to serve it. You no longer need recognition. You act without attachment. You live not for yourself, but from your self, the deeper one. In this stage, you may become a teacher, a healer, a quiet presence who lights others by simply being. I do not speak to you today because I mastered anything. I speak because I remember what it means to forget and to find my way back.
Wherever you are, whether in the noise, the quiet, or the truth, remember this: enlightenment is not a destination. It is a deepening, a returning, a remembering of who you were before the world told you who to be. Leave a comment below. Which stage do you feel you're in today? And if this journey spoke to your soul, I invite you to walk further with me. Subscribe, reflect, return.